Did you know diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death? Diabetes is a rare disease that can be difficult to maintain and not something that people should joke about. I've had to go through this with my dad, and I've done countless research to make sure I can help my dad to the best of my ability. In this speech, I want to show you what type 1 and type 2 diabetes are, how type 1 affects the body, and how type 2 affects the body. First, let's take a look at the types of diabetes. So there are 2 types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. According to the American Diabetes Association, type 1 diabetes is the rarest and easiest to misdiagnose. So in type 1 diabetes, the body does not produce insulin. It's like the yellow is the insulin, and so this is type 1 diabetes, and so it's not present. Insulin is a hormone that the body uses to get glucose, also known as sugar, from the bloodstream to the cells. Type 1 diabetics live with it forever, and there's no cure. Type 2 diabetes is the most common form of diabetes. The body doesn't use the insulin correctly. Most people obtain this type because of poor eating habits. Most people have the chance of getting rid of type 2 diabetes. One thing that can be helpful to know about diabetes is how it affects the lives of diabetics. Most people get type 1 diabetes as a young adult. If type 1 diabetes is left untreated, complications can arise, which can include heart disease, stroke, kidney damage, and nerve damage. Because type 1 is the rarest form of diabetes, it can sometimes go mistreated or undiagnosed. People with type 1 must give themselves insulin every day, otherwise they won't survive. Type 1 and type 2 have similarities in the symptoms, but type 2 diabetics have a different way of going about their disease. Most people experience this later in life, but it is now starting to show in younger people. To get rid of type 2 diabetes, lots of people just have to start eating better, exercising a lot more, and the majority of people experience high blood sugar, or most commonly known as hyperglycemia. It can put you at risk for many other health conditions that can lead to a lower life expectancy. Diabetes is the cause of 44% of new cases of kidney failure, according to Healthline. So there's some of the different things people can experience. This is like what people can experience if they're going to get diabetes. The most important thing for all diabetics to do is practice healthy means of taking care of themselves and always staying in contact with diabetic doctors. Today, I talked about the differences between type 1 and type 2 diabetes and the effects on lives with type 1 and type 2 diabetics. Diabetes is something that everyone jokes about but shouldn't. After listening to my speech, I hope you all understand the seriousness about diabetes and its effects on someone's lives.